How we doing, traders? Welcome to the one and only Money Mitch. I got a great show for you guys today. We're going to take a look at the growth stocks. I know what happened. Hey, did we expect for this to happen? No, but one thing that was on our radar was the market breadth not changing. We'll talk about that. And of course, we'll take a look at what was strong today. And I got a secret research project that you guys asked for on lithium plays. Let's go ahead and let's talk about some lithium plays. Welcome to Money Mitch.
It's time for Money Making Mitch. When investors need a story, we're going to the moon. Welcome to Money Mitch, where story is everything. I'm here to find you the next opportunity. It's all about the green hands. Now we all know the bull market is here to stay. Money Mitch.
What's going on, traders? How we doing out there? Welcome to Money Mitch. If you guys are just making it on over from at the close, let me know in the chat, or maybe you're new to the show. Say hello, say what's up. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about the market and see what we saw out there. Let's take a look at the SPY like we always do. What is moving out there and what got going today? So today we actually got above there. We went to a high of 485. We talk about how important we were going to look for a nice push above. It's exactly what we got. Now the big thing is we retraced all the way back towards 477. Let's take a look at this hourly chart. You guys can see in the pre-market we were up there, all the way up there. But as you can see at the market, we came right back into the zone. The big thing is we are holding this 475 on the downside. We don't want to see that break. We could get right back up through the 480s and get the SPY to keep moving on up. Let's take a look at the Qs. How did the Qs do today? All right, so let's take a look at a daily. Daily's been in this zone and hasn't been able to really hold above the 400. This is the big price point that we keep talking about. You can draw a trend line now and can really connect here at the top. Next time we go through this, we really need to get through this on a strong level. That's 403, as we've rejected a couple times now. 1, 2, 3 rejections. We're going to look for a hold of support. It could even come back down towards this, all the way back down towards, let's say, 390s. I think that's kind of the low side on the support here, but looking good that we're recovering back towards 396. We want to see this get back above 400, get through that 403, and head to 410. Some of the strong stocks in the Qs today. Strong stocks were PCAR, MAR, KHC, and what do some of those have in common? One of them is the housing play kind of reopening, but also KHC, you're talking Heinz, so you're talking kind of more of the value plays, and that definitely came into play today. All right, let's take a look at some of these trades. What was strong? Energy going up 1.86 here. So definitely energy ripping on up, guys. You guys could have been playing this with some of these oil plays. But let's go ahead and let's take a look here at some of the bigger capitalized plays here. ExxonMobil really pushing on up there. CVX was one that I gave out yesterday. Chevron, we were going to look for that push through 119. You got to push all the way up there towards 122 today. PBR, that's not a bad one to take a look at. I definitely am going to keep watching this one. I think it's setting up nicely on the weekly. If you can see here, you could draw kind of a trend line here. Let's see if this kind of gets on up through. That's PBR, oil play here. As long as oil and energy stays strong, I'll look for this one to kind of keep on going, get through that 1165, and hopefully get back up there towards 13 and maybe even 15 on the long end. All right, so let's take a look here. Industrials, heavy farm doing really good today. As you guys can see from this chart, nice little trend line break push. We're going to look for this to continue ongoing, maybe for a nice 2-day move. You already got like 2 days up here, so we'll see what happens tomorrow, but definitely a great day for Caterpillar. You guys can look for this one to continue going. This is one that I actually been looking at stocks for 2022. Yes, I said it, guys. I'm looking for some stocks for 2022. An early area that I'm starting to see a trend in is infrastructure. So look for these infrastructure stocks to kind of get hot. Caterpillar was one that we've been looking at. Let's take a look. Also, Deere, look at that chart. I really do like this chart. We're going to continue to see if we can get this push on up through. We actually created this on November 24th, this trend line. Now it's getting on up through that trend line. Let's look for that to continue on up. That's why I love that I kind of can give you guys this. It kind of shows you exactly when I drew and created the time frame. If you zoomed in there, you could see 11:24 is when it was created. We'll see if it kind of keeps on going. Now I'd really be looking for this to kind of get that push into the 390s. I'll look for a pullback into the 363s if I can catch that. I'll try to get in actually to trade this one, but keep it on watch. Another one that you guys can keep on watch are, of course, Honeywell. Honeywell's another one that kind of likes to move with the infrastructure. Keep this one on watch. GE, another one that I'm going to look for it to come back on up and push on up, maybe even get towards 120. This is going to be an interesting one when it gets back through 100, as it cut through 100, and it looks like it wants to do the undercut and rally trade. This is GE. Of course, you guys can also take a look at some of the other trades out there. You got Deere we just talked about, ADP having a good day today. Look at also some of these railroad plays. Railroads doing well today, up about 1.57%. UNP there, CSX. Look for those to continue going. CSX is one that I'm going to look for it to continue riding on up, especially with this infrastructure play on. And it looks like it could get through that 39 and continue its way on up. Aerospace and defense did good today. Also, RTX is one of those that you can watch, kind of aerospace, and also LMT. For that case, Lockheed Martin was also doing well today. We'll see how those kind of continue moving. All right, let's keep going. The cat propeller. Yeah, the cat propeller. I love that one. All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look here. NVIDIA and AMD are priced to perfection. MU and others, AVGO, INTC, QCOM are still undervalued. I'll definitely take a look at some of those. And I think you get to definitely take a look. Why is AMD down so much, but MU back up to all-time high? We can talk about that, Andy, coming on up with technology. All right, let's look at financial services. I talked about looking at some of these banks. BAC was the one bank that I gave out to look for a continued move towards the upside. We drew this line updated it on the 27th of December, first created it on the 23rd. And then I also drew this line here on the 27th when we were looking for this to kind of continue. And that was what? That was right here. It's not like I had a magic watch, guys. I was looking for these stocks to kind of get back on up through that trend line since it kind of get out of this trend, was looking for this to hold here and reclaim on up through that trend. And as you can see, in 2 days, we made it all the way up there towards a high today of 48. From that time that we were talking about this stock, the stock has already gone about 8% on up there. We'll see if we can continue making moves. GS is another one that I was looking to see a push through 400. Now that we got that push through 400, look for pullbacks to 401, and that's where I'm going to be looking to get in. But I think this one has room up there towards 420. Hit the like, says Jim Cruz. Appreciate you. All right, let's keep going. Tim Burry, thoughts on lottery? Stick around, Tim. I'll definitely get towards that one. I'll leave that one probably towards ticker time, but I don't mind covering it at all. Meow, if you want to talk about Walmart, stick around for ticker time. And Kevin Jimenez, Manos de Papel, do you like Donkey Kong here? We'll take a look at Donkey Kong for the Super Bowl move. I think you got to give the overall market some time to really show you some strength in these betting names. But I do like your idea. Looking forward next month for the Super Bowl, and could we get a Super Bowl effect? I know that a lot of the gambling sites are going to definitely push in the Super Bowl, so we'll see what happens. Thoughts on Hoth, says Matt. Stick around, we'll get into it. Quantum, 420 time. What? Almost there. I see it's 412. We can get to 420. Haha, you see what I did there? I see what you did there. We'll see if we get towards it. You know what? We should do a little circle there, and let's do this as none other than a green circle there at that 420. We'll see if we get it on up there in Goldman Sachs. Fun part is now you could see created 1/4 today. We'll check back in this and see how it kind of works. All right, so another area that you can take a look at is insurance. Insurance is an area that most traders never trade, but if you really take a look at it, it's not a bad trade. It's consistent in the patterns. I'm going to be looking to see if they can kind of keep on moving. You got AIG here. You can take a look at some of the high capitalization stocks like SLF here, Sun Life. Let's see if that can get back to 57. HIG. I've never really traded these on a day trade. Maybe you can do a swing trade setup. Like this looks good through the 70 and now getting back towards 75. So you have a good price to risk ratio there on HIG. All right, let's keep going, working down here. Basic materials, another good day for steel. If you guys didn't catch it, I did take a day trade on Cliffs. I talked about this one here multiple times also. Good day for Cliffs today, getting on up there, 4% day, ending up at 22.65. Not a bad day. Actually ended up trading this one during the day. I sold a little bit there and could have kept a little bit for a swing trade. As you guys can see, it came back and then pushed on up there towards 22.75. Not a bad trade. Cleveland Cliffs. You guys can also be looking at NUE. That was one of my favorite plays today. Look at that steel play. Nice, good play there. And also X. X is a good steel play. Another one that I saw also doing well, but end of the day, not the best, was BTU. So we'll see if this one could continue. This is a coal stock. So we've been looking at some of these asset stocks, but this one had a really strong day yesterday. Sideways day today. We're going to look for it to get back through that high there. 1141 is going to be the area that I'm going to set the alert on BTU. Potentially we'll trade coal tomorrow. Who knows? I might have to start taking some coal positions. All right, let's go ahead and see what was on the downside. Downside, you got technology, right? And what got hurt? Where was the weakness? Let's take a look. Let's take a look where the weakness was. So we take a look here on the downside. Downside, you see electronic, gaming, and media. So these gaming stocks actually took a really hard hit. What were some of these stocks? SE was one of them. This was all due to Tencent, but that actually drew some other kind of retraces in some of these stocks, some stocks getting out of favor that were in favor, that were actually helping the industry kind of hold on up. What was that stock? That would be a stock like Roblox. Roblox was kind of getting that up move, but now it's really starting to turn away, and this turnaround is really starting to actually drag the industry on down here. Another one that is in the same area is Unity, but they consider this one kind of more in software application. But as you guys can see, also in favor and starting to drag it down. Let's go back to the electronic gaming one. ATVI, not that big of a move there. Let's see what other kind of big moves we saw here. You got VS versus Systems coming on down. Billy taking a big hit there. Skills continuing down. This is a stock that just never has gotten into favor again. And this was a stock that went all the way up to like almost $50 here. And Skills now down to almost $7. So be careful there in Skills. And we're seeing another couple stocks take a hit. Bragg. This stock has never came back. I actually interviewed this stock right here on Money Mitch. And I don't know. I'm going to have to call up the CEO to find out what's going on, because I mean, Bragg is just not being able to, let's say, brag a little bit here. All right, let's go ahead and catch up in the chat. AMD talk. I see MU AMD talk. Let's get into it a little bit there. So Spiel's talking here with Andy. We're talking about why AMD is down. Let's take a look. I got you, Andy. All right, so AMD just showed off a new line of GPUs. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that AMD was doing a little bit of show off time. Hey, nothing wrong with that, right? It's okay to get a pullback. What we're going to do is this stock actually held the 50% retracement from this last move. So I'm going to actually delete my lines here. I don't do this often, but let's go ahead and delete here. Let's delete the fib here so that we can start kind of, I want to delete the fib there. There you go. So we can see this a little clearer. Let's make it full screen here. AMD. And then you can see here where we broke here. We broke the trend, went into a little bit of a bear trend, popped on up, pulled on back here. One thing to note that you can see here is this is the 50 EMA on the daily, the yellow line I have here. You can see how it tends to hold as support, and we're pulling back right back to that yellow line. So as long as that yellow line holds right now, and the stock doesn't close underneath that. So let me show you what a close underneath that would look like. Let me see a candle down here. If I saw a candle down here, okay, then we're starting to see, hey, it's not holding the price trend. But if it keeps holding that 50, I think look for that to find support right now around that 140. And if you look, it's at exactly 142.93. So look for that 142 or 144, 144 to actually hold as support. Let's take a look here at the hourly. We don't want it to get back down below that. So now we recovered here, that support here of the 143.75s. We're going to look for that to hold tomorrow. Get back above this 143.55. You don't want to see a close below that tomorrow. If you do see that, then you could finally start breaking that trend. On the daily, I'd be looking for that to hold. We're talking about 142.93. So 143 on the downside, 143.50s. You want that to hold and find some support there. Get right back on up there, and it could make a move back to 150. All right, so why MU though? Okay, so let's take a look. So MU, one of the things about MU is that we're just now breaking through these March highs. If you look at AMD actually got through those March and kind of these, had this breakout before this that led it up towards December, and MU kind of lagged in that move, and now it just wants to keep on going. But one of the things that happens is MU got a really good earnings report, and it gapped on up, never even tested this gap, has gone sideways from that move, just like AMAT. AMAT has been one of the strong ones too. I'd be watching for this one to kind of keep on moving. One of the things is these are kind of the laggard effect semiconductor stocks, and you can clearly see what chip supply shortage questions slowly getting put to rest here. I can see some strength coming out of all these, and QCOM was also mentioned in the chat. Let's take a look at that one. This is the one that I think hasn't moved as much as a lot of people would expect. This is the one that I would look to take that big move on up, that next move. QCOM could really get on a lift on through here. So 190 is really an important level. I'm going to be watching for this, because if we can get back through this high that we had on November 18th, 188.72, we're going to look for that to break through. Today we got 188.93, so we kind of failed through there. Let's go ahead and set an alert there. If it gets through there, you can see Qualcomm really start taking off. And this is going to be one that I can really watch to see if it can get through this level. You can see on the hourly chart, you can see these wicks. Let's see if we get through there tomorrow and break out in Qualcomm. Can you tell me how to get to the Benzinga happy hour? So Tom, if you're trying to get to the Benzinga happy hour, the Benzinga Pro happy hour, the only way you can get there is if you're a Benzinga Pro user. So you got to be in Benzinga Pro. Look at the bottom of Benzinga Pro. You're going to see this yellow bar that's showing up right now, and you can click to join. I'll show you exactly how that looks right here. I have my Benzinga Pro open right now. Let's take a look here. So you guys can see here. Let me just go ahead and pull this down here. So you can see this yellow bar at the bottom. That's how you join the happy hour. If you want to join in, go on in. But you got to be a Benzinga Pro user. If you want to get on there, go to pro.benzinga.com. and you can get your free 2-week trial today. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going in through these stocks, see what is on out there. Let's talk some lithium. It's already 4:20, guys, that we need to get into some lithium. I know that we wanted to do a little bit more research, so I'm going to get into that. I got a lot to talk about here in lithium. One of the things that we do is we want to do a little bit more research, talk about some story, right? So I've been looking for some lithium plays to really get hot. Today, we had one of the best ones. LAC have a really good day. Look at that one. Nice day for LAC. We're going to get into a little bit more about what LAC is right now. But look at this one, Lithium of Americas. Nice lift there. It was a 9% day in Lithium of Americas. PLL is one that I'm going to keep watching. MP is one. You guys, I have so many to go through. I got a good list to go through here. I'm going to start reading off some information here. Let's go to the first one. And I got a couple of them. I'll put a little banner up so you guys can follow along here. Another thing you guys can do, of course, is go and check out LIT. I definitely recommend you guys go check out the Global Lithium ETF. And if you actually go to their website, they have some really good research on lithium. So if you want to do some more research on lithium plays, I recommend you guys go check out the LIT website. That's going to give you that ETF research. When you get that research, you're going to be able to really take a deeper dive than I'm going to give you right now. But I'm going to try to give you some really quick kind of recaps of these companies. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into the first one. ALB here. All right, so and I could be saying this wrong, but I think it's Albemarle Corp here. And so one of the things here is with this one is most people don't know this one, but it's a Charlotte-based business. It's one of the leaders producers of lithium and battery grade lithium producing plants in Europe, Australia, China, Chile, and the United States. While it's not a pure play, it boasts solid lithium assets and is benefiting from higher volume in lithium business. So what we want to watch is, can they get some more production? So in September, they acquired China's lithium company, Jiangxi New Energy Materials. What this brought to them was a conversion plant, which is expected to start production in 2022 with an annual conversion capacity of 25,000 metric tons of lithium into battery grade lithium carbonate and lithium hydroxide. So, of course, this is kind of a conversion plant. So you're trying to convert it into that battery grade lithium carbonate and lithium hydroxide. But definitely one of the things that I would point out is they're a leader and they're diversified. This is why I think this is one definitely keep on watch, and one that is one of the biggest holdings and the biggest holding in that lit ETF. So we'll see what happens in that lit ETF. I actually have it up here so that I could show you guys here kind of the holdings. So we're going to get into that. Let me zoom in here so I can kind of show you guys that. I'll pull it into the screen here so you guys can see ALB. 10% of the ETF, LIT, is that ALB. So definitely, as you can see, they definitely believe in that ALB. If they're not, they wouldn't take a 10% position. It's a bigger position to them than even Tesla, which is at 6.73%. All right, guys. So next one up, we're going to get into LAC here. So we talked about how LAC had a good day today. We're going to look for this one to continue having a good momentum push. I would keep this one on watch. I think this is definitely one that fought to try to get above this level, could eventually break through the 35, getting on up there to the 40s, and a good day today. Let's get into Lithium Americas. This is the Canada-based lithium miner that is yet to generate revenues from operation. However, considering its 2022 plans for long-term potential, it would be wise to keep it on watch. Why? Because they're are focused on advancing two significant lithium projects, the Carauchi Oraz lithium brine project in Argentina and the Thacker Pass project in Nevada. To address the rising global demand for lithium, the Chacharui mine is set to commence production by mid-2022 with operation costs estimating below $3,600 per ton. So pretty much really cheap kind of process in getting to this lithium. And they have two big projects that are going to be getting on their way in 2022 that could make them big money in the long run. So definitely keep this one on watch. One of the things to also mention is in Argentina, that brine project is one of the largest kind of if you're looking to see where the big projects could be made, it's in Argentina. There's a lot of lithium there to be mined. And as you can see, LAC going for it and having a great day today. So keep this one on watch. LAC, we'll see if it can continue moving. Next one in here is LTHM. Okay, so Livent Corporation, let's go into this one, has made a really nice pullback. I gotta say, at least from the weekly chart, I really do like this look because you're getting this pullback towards kind of this 24 area where you went through a couple times. Now you're starting to hold. Let's see if we can start holding the 25, get back on up there to where we were, which was the 32. Not a bad one to keep on watch. LTHM. All right, so this is a Philadelphia-based Livent. It is the largest vertically integrated pure play producer of low-cost lithium. This leading lithium producer is a seller to EV original equipment manufacturers, battery makers worldwide. Livent has been extracting lithium brine at the Salar del Hombre Muerto in Argentina for more than 20 years. So like we talked about, Argentina is still a big opportunity here in lithium. Have not rebought LAC since the cup and handle breakout. Is it time to hop in? Did I miss the boat at 28? I mean, I can't blame you, Ryan, if you think you missed the boat at 28. I can't say that you did miss the boat, that you didn't miss the boat. I mean, it was definitely a nice little bottoming action there. But let's see if it can kind of just get through the 35. And that's what I would look for. It's kind of sideways action here. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's just going to get on up through the 40 right now. You could still see sideways action continuing on and then eventually it getting on through there. So right now, you can get a shot at 30. You could get a shot at 28 again. I wouldn't overreact, but I do like it on the weekly. Daily has a nice little scoop from that 30. So look for maybe a potential pullback towards around 32, but definitely a strong day for LAC. We're going to LA. Let's go back here. I'm sorry about that, guys. I get a little tongue tied here. Let's get back to LATHM. Okay, so this one is an interesting one, and I do think it can start pushing on up there tomorrow. So keep this one on watch. One of the things that I'd say about LTHM is that you're looking at this one, and it's actually producing battery-grade lithium hydroxide in the United States, capacity being nearly 10,000 tons, China being 15,000 tons, but it also has an ability to expand. So one thing to talk about is that this one's a pure play focus on lithium. So if you're looking for pure, solely focus on lithium, I would focus on this one. This is LTHM, Livent Corporation, and you're talking about a Philadelphia player that's out of Argentina. So Argentina, once again, Salar del Hombre Muerto in Argentina for more than 20 years. So it's not like they just started doing this, and they're one of the lowest cost resource for lithium carbonate, providing the company with a competitive edge. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Let's go to another one here. So let's go to PLL here. So PLL is another one that we're going to keep on watch. It's already 4:30. I got to go ahead and wrap on up, but I'm going to finish up trying to give you guys these stocks. This is one of the stocks that I was definitely looking for a nice push. We talked about this one even yesterday. Had a nice day today, 4% trade. You guys can have been looking at that PLL. This is the US-based lithium explorer that has not generated revenues yet, but is gaining massive investors' attention due to the promising prospects. So this is going to be getting hard rock lithium from 3 strategic locations: North Carolina, Quebec, and Guyana. We'll see if the company is really kind of get this going here in Carolina lithium projects, one of the top-notch regions for the world's lithium exploration. The project targets production of 30 tons a year of battery-grade lithium hydroxide. We'll see if PLL can kind of meet those needs and really start pushing on up there through the 60s. All right, so another one that you guys can keep on watch. Of course, there's other ones out there. There's some that trade even OTC. There's one called Ganfeng Lithium, which is GNENF. This one actually trades on the pinks. And this one's interesting because, I mean, if you guys have never heard of this one, this is actually part of the world's leader with ALB, SQM. And Livent controls more than 70% of the world's lithium supply. Established in 2000, it's the third largest lithium compound producer in the world and the leading producer in China. So that's why it's probably OTC here. But if you guys haven't heard of it, hey, now you have here. And I never heard of this one, so I'm definitely going to keep this one on watch, even though it's OTC. Who knows? Maybe I find an opportunity to play this one, even though it's OTC. I could take an investment in it. The last one I'd get into is, let's look at SQM. Soledad Camica Chile. So this one's actually a chemical plant that deals with lithium that went up towards 70, actually trades on the New York Stock Exchange. So definitely keep this one on watch. They provide nutrients. They do iodine derivatives. They do lithium and its derivatives. They do potassium chloride. So a bunch of kind of chemicals. And so they're not only lithium play, but they're definitely one of the leaders. And as you can see here, it's definitely pushing on through those 60s multiple times, and it can't get through. If you look here on the monthly, there's a huge resistance there. I'm going to be looking for that resistance to break eventually. It's gone through there multiple times. Let's see if it can get back on through there one more time. If not, I think it could come back down towards 30. But this is SQM, and this is chemicals, but also a lithium play that you guys can watch. Whatever happened to those lithium battery recycling plays? Yes, there's some lithium battery recycling plays. I think LICY. Yeah, LICY. LICY is one of them. If you want to look at one of these, it's the waste management kind of battery recycling play. Doesn't look bad. Hanging out right now at 10. Who knows? Maybe you can get that off of $10. Look for a push back towards 13 into the New Year's. Not a bad one to take a look at, Super SPACman. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it on up here. It's about 4:34. I hope you guys enjoyed me getting into some lithium. I know that was a lot to get into. You might have to rewind, listen to that again. We could talk all day really about lithium. If anything, I would tell you guys to check out Lit. Lit has a lot of great stocks in there. If you take a look here, you can see here, LITHM had a good day, 2.86. ALB had a 2.71 day, not a bad one there. ENS, this is one that we didn't even talk about. That could also continue on its way up. I definitely pay attention to that. QS is one that we've talked about before that we can get into. Also, battery maker, definitely keep this one on watch. Frey is another one here. You guys can watch this one, see if it can get back up through 12. This one, I think, was a SPAC also, but definitely SQM we mentioned. And, of course, Tesla. I mean, if you guys don't know, Tesla is also one and trying to create another super factory of these batteries. And if they're able to create that, I even saw that they could create a trigawatt instead of a gigawatts. We're talking 1,000 gigawatt hours. If they're able to produce that, then they're definitely going to be able to meet the needs that we need for the lithium batteries to meet what? Of course, the EV demand that we're all looking at to get into kind of the next year and really into 2025. That's when I really would say that I see the EV demand just going through the roof. We'll see what happens. And if these lithium players can meet the demand that's going to be needed, one of the things you got to keep on watch, of course, is supply. How much can these guys produce and what future projects can they put out there, and can they start meeting those future projects and their production capacities that they're looking for? That's going to do it for today. Definitely smash the thumbs up if you guys enjoyed today, and I'll see you next time, guys, on Money Mitch. Until then, guys, I'll see you on pre-market prep tomorrow morning. Thumbs up. Let's see what happens in the market. Can we get a bounce in some of these growth stocks? We need to get a little bounce, guys. I'll keep watch some of these growth stocks that really need to get a move on up. But definitely, I mean, look at Roku. Look how this has been getting destroyed. Software is probably the scariest area. Stocks like Asana. I talked about Splunk, SBK, Splunk. SPLK there getting crushed from 180 all the way down towards 115. We'll see how these software stocks really continue moving. Definitely they're getting crushed right now. And shout out to you, Shannon. Much love. Beach Bum out there. Quantum. Hope you stay up there. And Higgles, you got to join us on YouTube. I know that you're kind of more on the Twitch life, but I mean, you're the only one out there. So if you want to join us on YouTube, you're more than welcome to also. That's it. Going to do it for us today. I hope you guys have a good one. Sark is up. ARKK taking a hit. Kathy getting crushed. We'll see if this can continue moving. We got 1 hit down here, 2 hits down here, 3 hits down here. Uh-oh. If we get through this 91 tomorrow, watch out, Kathy. Hopefully you hold on to that low. We'll see what happens, guys. Like always, guys, smash that thumbs up. Until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow on Benzinga.